What you're looking at right now is not just a truck. It's a rolling monument to human engineering. A machine that can weigh up to 80,000 pounds fully loaded, haul freight across entire continents, and do it day after day, mile after mile, for over 1 million miles before it even thinks about retiring. But today, we're not talking about average. We're not talking about the truck sitting at the gas station on the interstate. Today, we're going all the way to the absolute peak of semi-truck performance, the fastest, the most powerful, the most jaw-dropping 18-wheelers ever put on this earth. From production giants used by real trucking companies to custom-built monsters that defy every law of common sense, we're counting down the 10 fastest and most powerful semi-trucks ever built. Stay until the end, because number 1 is going to absolutely blow your mind. Let's ride. Number 10. Freightliner Cascadia with Detroit DD16. Kicking off our list at number 10 is one of the most iconic names in North American trucking, the Freightliner Cascadia, equipped with the mighty Detroit DD16 engine. Now, if you're a trucker or you know trucking, the Freightliner name needs no introduction. This truck has been a staple on American highways for decades, and it continues to dominate. But what puts the Cascadia with the DD16 on this list is sheer numbers. The Detroit DD16 is a 15.6-liter inline 6-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine. It pumps out an impressive 600 horsepower and a staggering 2,050 lb-ft. Let that torque number sink in for a second. 2,050 lb-ft. That is enough twisting force to make most high-performance sports cars look like toys. The Cascadia is built as a long-haul workhorse. It features Freightliner's aerodynamically optimized body design, reducing drag to improve fuel efficiency at highway speeds. It also comes equipped with Detroit Assurance, a suite of safety technology that includes automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, and lane departure warning. What makes the Cascadia special beyond raw power is that it puts that power to practical use. It can haul a fully legal 80,000-pound load across the country while maintaining an efficient cruise. And thanks to modern turbo diesel engineering, it can hit highway speeds with authority. This is the truck that keeps America moving, and it earns its spot at number 10 with confidence. Number 9. Western Star 5700 XE. At number 9, we have the Western Star 5700 XE. And this truck is as aggressive as it looks. Western Star is a brand under the Daimler Trucks umbrella, and they've always catered to the driver who wants something a little more raw, a little more purposeful. The 5700 XE is their flagship aerodynamic model, designed specifically for maximum fuel efficiency without sacrificing muscle. Under the hood, you'll find the Detroit DT16 engine, the same 15.6-liter power plant we talked about in the Cascadia, producing up to 600 horsepower and 2,050 lb-ft of torque. This engine is paired with the Detroit DT12 automated manual transmission, a 12-speed unit that manages gear selection to extract every ounce of efficiency from the powertrain. What sets the 5700 XE apart, visually, is its signature sloped hood design. Western Star specifically engineered this design to cut through the air more efficiently at highway speeds, reducing aerodynamic drag. Less drag means less fuel burned, which means more miles per gallon at the same power level. The 5700 XE also features Western Star's famous build quality. This is a truck built to survive the toughest hauling environments in North America. From pulling heavy loads through the Rocky Mountains to long-haul runs across flat plains, the 5700 XE does it with authority. At number 9, the Western Star 5700 XE is a reminder that real power doesn't have to shout to make itself known. Sometimes it just rolls by at 70 miles per hour with 40 tons in tow and lets the work speak for itself. Number 8. Peterbilt 389. Now here's where things get emotional for truck enthusiasts. Number 8 is the Peterbilt 389, arguably the most iconic-looking semi-truck in American history. The Peterbilt 389 is a classic long-nosed conventional design. It looks like what every kid pictures when they think of a big rig. Chrome stacks, wide fenders, a long purposeful hood. This truck is a legend for a reason, and it backs up its looks with serious firepower. The Peterbilt 389 can be configured with the Cummins X15 engine, a 15-liter straight-six turbocharged diesel that cranks out up to 605 horsepower and 2,050 lb-50 of torque. The Cummins X15 is one of the most trusted, most durable diesel engines ever produced, known for its reliability over extremely high mileage. The 389 pairs that engine with a 13-speed Eaton Fuller manual or automated transmission, giving drivers the flexibility they need for everything from city driving to mountain hauling. Beyond performance, the Peterbilt 389 is famous for its driver-centric design. The spacious cab is one of the most comfortable in the industry, with premium materials, excellent visibility, and ergonomics designed for drivers who spend days at a time behind the wheel. The 389 is not just a truck, it's a statement. It says you've earned your miles, you know what you're doing, and you demand the best. At number 8, the Peterbilt 389 stands tall, literally and figuratively, as one of the most powerful and beloved 18-wheelers ever built. Number 7, Scania R730. Crossing the Atlantic for number 7, we arrive at a truck that holds a very special title, the most powerful production semi-truck in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the Scania R730, built by Swedish manufacturer Scania. The R730 is equipped with the DC-16 engine, a massive 16.4-liter, 90-degree V8 turbocharged diesel, and the output? 730 horsepower and 3,500 Newton-meters of torque. That's approximately 2,581 lb-foot of torque. That number makes most of our earlier entries look modest. Let's be clear, 730 horsepower from a production, road-legal semi-truck is extraordinary. Scania designed this engine for extreme long-haul and heavy-haulage applications, particularly in regions like Scandinavia and Australia, where roads are long, loads are heavy, and truck performance is everything. The R730 features Scania's OptiCruise transmission, a 12-speed automated unit that ensures the V8 is always operating in its optimal power range. Scania also builds their trucks on a highly modular platform, meaning fleets can configure the R730 for exactly the kind of work they need, whether that's pulling road trains across the Australian outback or hauling timber through Norwegian forests. One of the coolest things about the Scania R730 is its sound. That V8 diesel has a distinctive rumbling growl that Scania owners will tell you is music to their ears. It doesn't just perform, it performs with character. At 730 horsepower from the factory, the Scania R730 is the undisputed king of production semi-trucks. Number 7 on our list, but number 1 in production. Number 6, Volvo FH16 780. Hot on the heels of the Scania is a truck that actually outdoes it in raw horsepower. At number 6, we have the Volvo FH16 780, the most powerful Volvo truck ever built and the most powerful production semi in Europe. Introduced to the FH16 lineup with its updated 2024 model year specification, the FH16 is now powered by the D17 engine, a 17.3-liter inline-six turbocharged diesel. And the headline numbers are remarkable: 780 horsepower and 3,800 Newton-meters of torque. That's roughly 2,803 lb-50 of torque. This is the strongest engine Volvo has ever installed in a commercial truck. The FH16 has always been Volvo's flagship heavy haulage machine, but the 780 horsepower version takes it to another level entirely. It's designed for the most demanding transport assignments on the planet, pulling heavy machinery, oversized loads, and mining equipment across difficult terrain. Volvo equipped the FH16 780 with their advanced I-Shift transmission, which uses predictive cruise control technology to read the road ahead and optimize gear selection for maximum efficiency. The truck also features Volvo dynamic steering, which reduces driver fatigue during long hauls. The FH16 has been winning Truck of the Year awards around the globe, including in the Australia-Pacific region for 2025, where its combination of power, comfort, and technology makes it a standout choice for heavy transport operators. At 780 horsepower, this is as powerful as a production semi-truck gets anywhere in the world. and it earns its spot at number 6 with absolute authority. Number 5. Volvo Wild Viking. At number 5, we have a truck that most people have never heard of, but which holds a critical place in the history of semi-truck speed records. This is the Volvo Wild Viking, the truck that started Volvo's legendary run of semi-truck speed record breaking. Before the Mean Green, before the Iron Knight, there was the Wild Viking. Volvo built the Wild Viking with one goal: to become the fastest semi-truck in the world. And it achieved exactly that, not once, but twice. The Wild Viking made 2 official record-setting runs in 2007 and 2010, and on both occasions it broke the existing world speed record for semi-trucks. Under its hood sat a heavily modified diesel engine, producing 1,600 horsepower, a figure that at the time was absolutely unheard of for a semi-truck. Volvo's engineers stripped the truck down to reduce weight, optimized the aerodynamics of the cab and body, and tuned every component for maximum speed rather than hauling duty. Behind the wheel for both record runs was the man who would become synonymous with Volvo's speed projects, Börje Överbrink, a Swedish racing driver with over 3 decades of motorsport experience. Överbrink had the skill and nerve to pilot these massive machines to their limits, and in 2007 he pushed the Wild Viking to an official average speed of 158.8 km per hour, 98.7 miles per hour over the flying kilometer, a new world record at the time. Notably, during one of the record runs in a single direction, the Wild Viking reached 240 km per hour, 149 miles per hour, an astonishing number for a semi-truck of that era. Volvo returned in 2010 and broke their own record again with the Wild Viking, pushing the official average to 166.7 km per hour, 103.6 miles per hour, a mark that stood until Överbrink himself demolished it in the Mean Green 2 years later. The Wild Viking is the grandfather of Volvo's speed record dynasty. Without its success, there would have been no Mean Green. Without the Mean Green, no Iron Knight. This truck started a legacy. At number 5, the Volvo Wild Viking is a reminder that records don't appear out of nowhere. They are built upon a foundation of relentless improvement. And Volvo built that foundation one speed record at a time. Number 4, the Volvo Mean Green hybrid speed record truck. At number 4, we step into record-breaking territory with the Volvo Mean Green, a truck that proved hybrid technology could be genuinely, breathtakingly fast. Back in 2012, Volvo developed the Mean Green specifically to break the land speed record for hybrid semi-trucks. And break it they did. The Mean Green was powered by a hybrid drivetrain, combining a turbocharged diesel engine with an electric motor system, producing a combined output of approximately 2,100 horsepower. On August 21, 2012, driven by Swedish racing driver Börje Överbrink, Volvo's go-to speed record driver, the Mean Green set a new world record for hybrid trucks at a Swedish airfield, reaching a top speed of 147.395 miles per hour, 237 kilometers per hour. What made the Mean Green particularly impressive was its hybrid integration. Volvo used it as a proof of concept that efficient electric motor technology could be combined with diesel power to produce extraordinary performance results. This wasn't just a stunt, it was a statement about the future of truck engineering. The Mean Green paved the way for what Volvo would do next, which you'll see very soon on this list. At number 4, it stands as one of the most significant speed record vehicles in trucking history. Number 3, Shockwave Jet Truck, Peterbilt 385 based. We are now in the top 3, and things are about to get absolutely, completely unhinged. Number 3 is Shockwave, the Guinness World Record holder for the fastest jet-powered full-size semi-truck in the world. Shockwave is built on a modified Peterbilt semi-truck cab, making it a legitimate big rig. But what's under and behind that cab is pure jet engine chaos. Shockwave is powered by 3 Pratt & Whitney J3448 jet engines, the same engines used in the U.S. Navy's T-2A Buckeye aircraft. These 3 jet engines are arranged in a pyramid formation and together produce a combined output of 36,000 horsepower and 19,000 pounds of static thrust. 36,000 horsepower in a truck. The J3448 engines are fitted with afterburners that dump raw diesel fuel into the exhaust stream, creating enormous flames and pushing performance even further. To stop this beast at the end of a run, Shockwave uses not conventional brakes but two 16-inch military-grade ring slot parachutes. And the speed? Shockwave holds the Guinness World Record for jet-powered truck speed at 376 miles per hour, 605 kilometers per hour. It can accelerate from a standstill to 300 miles per hour in approximately 11 seconds, and it can complete a quarter mile in just 6.63 seconds. The truck was originally built by Les Shockley in 1984 and has been thrilling crowds at military air shows across the United States for decades, racing fighter jets and winning. The driver experiences approximately 6 g of force on acceleration and up to -9 g when the parachutes deploy to stop the truck. That's more G-force than many military jet pilots deal with during combat maneuvers. Shockwave is not a truck in any traditional sense. It is a controlled explosion on wheels. And at number 3, it is absolutely legendary. Number 2. Volvo Iron Knight. At number 2, we have what is widely considered the fastest purpose-built semi-truck ever created, the Volvo Iron Knight. Volvo Trucks built the Iron Knight for one singular mission: to break world speed records. And on August 24, 2016, at a closed test track in Sweden, they did exactly that. Officially, under the supervision of the FIA, the Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile, the same governing body that oversees Formula One, the Iron Knight is powered by a modified Volvo D13 engine, a 12.8-liter, 6-cylinder diesel unit equipped with 4 turbochargers and a water-cooled intercooler. The output is 2,400 horsepower and 6,000 newton-meters of torque. That's approximately 4,425 lb-ft of torque, an almost incomprehensible figure. The engine is mated to a specially developed, performance-tuned version of Volvo's I-Shift dual-clutch transmission, the same transmission platform used in Volvo's commercial truck lineup, just massively upgraded for this application. What makes the Iron Knight particularly impressive is that while it was purpose-built for record-breaking, nearly every component traces back to Volvo's actual commercial truck engineering. The engine and transmission architecture are real Volvo truck components, just pushed to their absolute limits. Volvo built the Iron Knight to prove that the engineering philosophy behind their production trucks is genuinely world-class. It was lighter than the mean green by about 2,205 pounds, more aerodynamically optimized, and 600 horsepower more powerful. Every detail from the carbon fiber bodywork to the custom suspension was designed to extract maximum speed from that 2,400 horsepower powertrain. Beautifully engineered, scientifically tested, and officially certified by the FIA, the Volvo Iron Knight is the fastest purpose-built semi-truck in history. At number 2, it is the pinnacle of what truck engineering can achieve within some definition of sanity. But we have one more truck to talk about. Number 1, Thor 24. The definitive champion. When you measure pure, raw, installed horsepower, the actual number that defines what a machine is capable of, Thor 24 is the undisputed king. Let's recap why. Thor 24 sits on a semi-truck frame and carries 2 complete 12-cylinder Detroit diesel engines. Each engine alone would be extraordinary. Together they displace an enormous combined volume. Above those engines sit 12 superchargers, not 2, not 4, but 12, forcing compressed air into those cylinders and pushing combustion efficiency to the absolute maximum. The result? 3,974 horsepower at 2,500 RPM. Factor in the nitrous oxide boost system, and that number climbs higher still. No other semi-truck, not the Iron Knight, not Shockwave, not anything produced by any manufacturer, has ever housed a combustion engine setup producing nearly 4,000 horsepower inside a truck body. Thor 24 also holds the record for the largest engine ever installed in a street-legal vehicle. It weighs 32,000 pounds and can reach 130 miles per hour under its own power, which, given what it weighs, is frankly absurd. Thor 24 was built as the ultimate expression of what diesel engineering is capable of. It's not a race truck, it's not a jet truck, it uses pure diesel power, compressed and supercharged to an extreme that no engineer should reasonably have attempted. And it sold at auction for $12 million. It is the most powerful semi-truck ever built. Full stop. Number 1. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these trucks blew your mind the most. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button. We've got more incredible heavy machinery content coming your way. Until next time, keep your eyes on the road and your foot on the floor.